season, when LeBron was on the court, the Cavs outscored teams by 8. That's an elite rate. When he rested, they were outscored by 8 points per.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. This right here is going to be proof that Kyrie Irving is actually overrated. If you look at it, when LeBron wasn't playing, people say, oh, he's going to Boston, his assists are going to go up. No. When LeBron doesn't play, guess what? His assists actually go down. His shots go up. He's less efficient from the field.
Here's all the Cavs have to be better than last year.
We'll watch.
Can you not melt down when LeBron rests? The numbers are jarring. You're like, wow, the Cavs were the second best team in the sport last year.
I wonder if you know what the numbers are. That's crazy if you did.
The Cavs had 2 other All-Stars in Kyrie and Kevin Love. Younger players. LeBron should be able to take it easy, but of course he wasn't. Because last year in the regular season, when LeBron was on the court, the Cavs outscored teams by 8. That's an elite rate. When he rested, they were outscored by 8 points per 100 possessions. Wow, that's amazing.
This is what I'm saying. When I spoke about the finals in 2017, Kyrie being inconsistent, he was. It was bad. When LeBron wasn't playing, they got destroyed. How can you sit there and say you're a superstar and you can run your own team, but when the best player in the world sits down, you can't even stay in the game.
Finals, right?
You can't even keep them in the game.
And the NBA Finals, 4-1 of the Warriors dominating. When LeBron was on the court, Cavs played him damn near dead even. So 117 to 118 in the Warriors' favor. When LeBron wasn't on the court, 112 to 75 in the Warriors' favor. So from playing them basically even to being outscored by, 37 points per 100%.
How happy are you that this is actually going to happen?
I'm happy that we was able to keep him away from everybody else. And I mean, it's the guy. I mean, come on, man. It's like one of my best friends. So, you know, it's like it's kind of like when you start school and you know, you walk into the classroom, you're not quite sure who your classmates is, and when you walk in there, one of your best friends is in there, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Real talk. I'm gonna talk more about this at the end of the video, but the proof was right there. You can't deny the facts. Okay? There's no excuse.
It's going to be a good class, so that's the type of feeling I got.
When Howard's story came out, you know, 2 years ago about just the idea that the 4 of you could one day play together on the same team, did you really think that either that would come together or that you would even get a real chance to play with one of them?
I had a lot of hope of it, and obviously there's a lot of speculations throughout the summer with Melo, and possibly him joining us, and you know, obviously we see how that panned out, but you know, we're blessed as a franchise to be able to have D-Wade, you know, join us. So it's exciting.
Is there a better 2-guard when he's healthy than D-Wade in the league right now? Like, this is an enormous story on most days, except that as I said, our politics are roiling in the NFL
James
and everything.
Harden, go ahead.
James Harden's really a point guard.
He's not really, not to me.
Right, he's a combo guard, and with Chris Paul there,
right.
and so is Dwayne Wade a combo guard, you're right.
Is just elevated.
James Harden's offense is clearly better than Dwayne Wade's at this point. Right. Dwayne Wade's defense, it's not even close between Dwayne Wade and James Harden defensively.
That's true.
And in high leverage moments, so those are okay. Now let's see the best of what you got. I'll take D-Wade over James Harden. High leverage moment in the playoffs. It's not just about being clutch. It's about now you're not an older guy who has to preserve himself. And remember, he's playing 2 ways, Dwayne Wade, not just saving himself for offense. At these high leverage moments, what can you do? I'm taking Dwayne Wade over James Harden. Still, I think I'm taking him over Jimmy Butler. I think they just played on the same team. I think I'm taking him over Klay Thompson. Still, at those critical moments, I love Dwayne Wade. This is an enormous signing. Stephen A., the biggest transaction of the offseason, except for Paul George, was this. Dwayne Wade's better than Carmelo Anthony. If they could redo that draft, Dwayne Wade would go before Carmelo. His whole career, he's been better than Carmelo. Carmelo's a great player. Dwayne Wade remains a better player than Carmelo Anthony because of what he could do on both sides.
Look, I'm not going to dispute that Dwayne Wade was a better player than Carmelo Anthony. That's not even debatable, okay? It's not. It's not. D-Wade 06 Finals MVP, 35 points per game, dominated, just absolute domination for someone that was what was he, like 23 years old, youngest player ever to do that. Ridiculous. Let's just not even get into it because we're gonna be here all day with that. But anyway, in terms of Max Kellerman saying right now D-Wade's still better, it could go either way. Whatever. That's not the point of the point is that this is what LeBron James was saying when he said, "I need a playmaker." And this is why Kyrie Irving left and he was all salty. Why do I need to tell LeBron? Why do I need to do this? Kyrie was just upset that LeBron James didn't, in a way, not trust him, because LeBron did with that one occasion when LeBron was on the bench and he told Coach Lou, "No, don't write the play for me, write it for Kyrie in crunch time against the Warriors," right? And Kyrie, he did it. And that was, I think that was a Christmas Day game. But if you really look at the true spectrum of things, Kyrie is overrated. He is. Okay, it's not even a question. When you look at star players that really have an impact on teams, okay, let's look recently with one of the best drafts of all time, the 2003 NBA draft. LeBron James, he didn't make the playoffs, but he improved his team, right? He improved his team in his first year. Second year, he didn't make the playoffs. Third year, he made it. Dwayne Wade, playoffs, conference finals, and then NBA finals in 3 years. Ridiculous. Carmelo Anthony, playoffs, Western Conference finals. Ridiculous. Chris Bosh didn't make the playoffs. Playoffs. So the thing is like, you can tell, you can see the impact. But with Kyrie, there was no impact. It's just a dominant scorer, but it's hard to explain. His scoring is great, but it's not up to par with people like Melo or Wade or LeBron or KD or Steph or Russ or Harden, because he's not in that category. He's not. And it's not even a question. Because like the stats showed, when LeBron was resting in the finals, the Cavs were destroyed. So why didn't Kyrie carry the team when LeBron was sitting down? Why is it that when the games that LeBron James doesn't play, the Cavaliers do terrible? But the games that Kyrie Irving don't play, the Cavs play better. It doesn't make sense. Okay? It doesn't make sense if you think Kyrie's that great. It only makes sense when you look at, okay, it's LeBron James making Kyrie look better than he actually is. And it's the same situation with Melo and the Knicks. Okay, just not on the same scale, because Melo and the Knicks was worse. Melo, when he doesn't play, the Knicks in the last 7 years, when he didn't play, they're like 10-80. 10-80. Can you believe that? But when he does play, they're not, I don't even think they're past 500. Now that he's not there, they're probably not even going to win 10 games. But that's not the point. The point is that that's proof that Kyrie Irving is overrated. And he's a great player, but he's like a Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Gordon Hayward. He's like one of those type of players. Like, okay, he's a solid all-star player, but I don't really think he's superstar status. Like, for example, Kawhi Leonard was in that category too. But now, you try mentioning Kawhi in that category, you should get slapped in the face, because Kawhi Leonard is the 4th best player on the planet. Kawhi went from, he's all right. He's like a Gordon Hayward. He's like a Paul George, a Kyrie. He's like one of those type of players. So, wait a minute. This dude is just as good as LeBron, KD, and Steph. So, I'm not saying he can't elevate because Kawhi elevated. But, to be honest, I don't see it, because Kyrie is not a defensive player. He's not a passer. People say, oh, he's going to Boston now. So now his assists are going to go up. That's not true whatsoever. If you look at the statistics, when LeBron doesn't play and Kyrie is the ball-dominant person, his assists actually go down. It's crazy. It really is crazy. So to sit there and say Kyrie Irving is going to carry this up. Look, I don't even think Kyrie Irving is better than Isaiah Thomas. I've said that, and I'll say it again. Isaiah Thomas had the best record in the East. Do I think the Celtics are going to do that this year? No. Do I think they're gonna win 2 games against the Cavaliers if they play each other in the playoffs? No. To be honest, they're probably gonna get swept or they're gonna lose in 5 games. It's that simple. But the point is that Kyrie's not even the best point guard in the East, and he's not even the second best either. John Wall, Isaiah Thomas, and then you can say Kyrie Irving. It's that simple. He's not as good as a lot of people say he is. And it's not really his fault, because when you play alongside LeBron James, it makes you look better than you actually are. It does. Okay? If you don't believe me, let's go back in time. 2008, 2009. Mo Williams. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, he was only an all-star because Chris Bosh got injured. I get that. But Mo Williams averaged damn near 20 points per game. Not exactly. It was like 19 point something. But damn near 20 points per game. They went 66 and 16. LeBron made him look better than he really was. When in reality, he was just a role player. Wasn't an all-star. You know, look at Jameer Nelson with Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard made Jameer Nelson look like a god. There was a point in time people were saying Jameer Nelson was the best point guard in the East because Dwight Howard made him look like a god on the basketball court. So when you have these level of star players, when you play with star players like that, it makes you look better. For example, KP with Carmelo. When Melo doesn't play, KP plays terrible. When Melo's off the floor, Porzingis plays bad. I've seen it. I watched it firsthand. I watched every single damn Knick game. I'm the biggest Knick fan in the world. So, there you go. That's proof that Kyrie Irving is overrated. And unfortunately, like I said before, it's going to bite him in the ass leaving LeBron. But it's the best thing that ever happened to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because look at them now. They got Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Kyle Korver, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, Dwayne Wade. This team is stacked. It's been your man, Steve. I'm out of here. Peace.